Nonfiction texts make challenging demands on young readers. Loretta starts her guided reading lesson by exploring the structure of the book, and she helps students take on the unique challenges of nonfiction text structures.
I love animals, and this is a great book about animals, about elephants. You're going to learn all about different kinds of elephants. And
Are lions scared of elephants?
are lions scared of elephants?
No.
Oh, I don't think so, but I'm not sure. We might find that in our book when we read.
Elephants are humongous.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and open up to page 2 and 3. Let's look at this page. I want you to notice on this page that the author is showing us that there are two different kinds of elephants. There's the African elephant on page 2, and on page 3 there's the Asian elephant. And do you see that right at the very top it has where the big word
is brown and the Asian elephant is gray.
That's
I
right,
noticed
yeah.
something.
What do you notice?
They're both different colors.
They are both different colors. And do you know, if you look at the photograph, you can see there are some other things that the author has chose to show you with words, how they're different. He labels them, he
They both
does.
have horns, but that one has a pointy horn, that one
Yeah, they
has
sure
a
did.
straight
Look at the very top of the page too. It's in the dark headings at the top. Notice that there says African elephants on one side, and then on the other side it says Asian elephants. So all the information about African elephants will be on this page, and Asian elephants on this page. So let's turn the page. And what do you think they're going to be talking about on this page?
Baby elephant.
How did you know?
It says it.
It says it at the top, that's right. And do you know what a baby elephant is called?
No. The same thing as a kangaroo baby?
No, that's the joey. Well, baby elephants are called calves. Find that word calves on your paper and frame it with your finger on page 4.
It's dark.
What did the author do here to show us that that's an important word? What did they do, Olga?
They outline it in black.
Yeah, they made it dark. So a lot of times you're going to see when a word is important and something that they want you to remember, they'll outline them in black. Oh my, look at that calf. Let's turn the page.
Thinking of that.
Oh my goodness, they do. So on this page, what would you expect to be reading about then?
Water.
Yeah, they do love waters. And let's,
They get some water in their trunk, then they pour it on. It's like
right,
a
well
shower.
you'll have to read and see if that's what they talk about in this book too. What about on page 8?
Oh, they love mud.
Oh, they do love mud. And look at that picture. Wow.
Man, they made a lot of water mud.
So I wonder why elephants love mud. What do you think?
It's sort of like water. It's sort of like sunscreen.
It is kind of like sunscreen. So when you read this, I want you to be thinking today, you know, wonder why elephants love mud. And we'll talk about that later.
Second half with the trunk.
Yeah. Turn the page. So now what else are we going to learn about in this book?
What elephants eat?
It sure is. What elephants eat.
Well, I know
Okay.
they eat grass and peanuts.
And let's,
Well, they really like peanuts.
yeah, that's what they say.
come up with their
But I wonder if
trunks,
they're,
they put it in.
you'll have to see if they talk about eating peanuts in where they live. Okay, so let's look at page 12. What's happening here? Where are you?
It's calling them.
You're gonna-
When food is hard to find.
When food is hard to find, do you know, boys and girls, that sometimes where these elephants live in Africa and in Asia, food is hard to find. So what does it look like this elephant has to do?
Eat from the tree.
Yeah, he's not eating it from the ground, is he? It looks like it's a little harder to get, lifting it up. Oh, look over here on this page. Not much food at all.
You know, and I bet there's dead animals over there.
There might
'cause
be.
They died because they didn't get much food.
Ooh, could be. Let's turn the page. Ooh, this is an exciting page.
Fighting elephants.
Fighting elephants. Do you remember when we were reading the stories about lions? And we also read about the kangaroos. What did the male kangaroos do there?
Fight.
They were fighting. Well, you know, male,
And their feet.
yeah, male elephants do.
And when the kangaroo wants to be the other leader,
Yes,
and they have to fight.
they do. And I bet you're going to find that same information here on this page.
And so lions,
Yes.
the other boss.
Look for that dark. Look on page 15, and you can see that the author finds.
The lions keep away.
Oh, you're seeing that.
What?
You're seeing that, aren't you? They charge, don't they? So all elephants will charge if their calves are in danger. What do we know about parents with their children?
They always need to take care of them.
They're taking care of them, and these elephants are taking care of their babies. And let's turn to the last page. Just
Asia.
like in the other book, we have a map where we see where elephants live in Africa and where they live in Asia.
There are elephants here.
Yeah. Okay, boys and girls, let's go to the beginning of the book. And I want to show you one more thing. Right here, all of the things that we just talked about are in the table of contents. So you notice if you're interested in finding about elephants love mud, what page would that be on?
8.
Right. Okay, let's open up and let's read. I'm going to listen in.
Already on 5.
All right, we are going to page 2.
And then the needle goes up.
Okay, I'm going to. Oh, wait a minute. Before you start to read, remember, good readers, unless you need your fingers, you're not using them, right?
Right.
Okay, unless you need to break words or help you get back on track. All right, could I hear you read? Go ahead.
African elephants are larger than.
What did you learn about elephants today?
When the baby camels, when they get 3 years old, they leave the herd.
I never knew that. When those baby calves get 3 years old, they leave their herd, don't they?
Loretta uses the conversation after the reading to both measure students' comprehension and to have students share what they learned from reading this informational text.
Here's another thing that I noticed Ethan do that was really smart too. I want you to go back to page 5. And on this page, Ethan was reading about the calves drinking their mother's milk. And at the very bottom, Ethan was reading and he said they lift up their little trunks. They lift their little trunks up out of the way and suck with their mouths. But the first time you read it, what did you say? Do you remember?
Mothers.
You said mothers, but he looked up and he said, something doesn't look right. And what did you do?
I went back and
He went back and reread, and again, you're thinking about the story, because when something doesn't make sense, readers stop.
I looked at it and see if it had a ER, and it didn't, and I seen a THS, and I said mouth.
So you were looking at the word then too. You were thinking about the story and looking at the word, and he noticed it did not have an ER at the end, and he knows mother has an ER. So he went back and reread it and came up with the word mouths.